Hello everyone. Well, I totally screwed up my last video, so I thought it warranted a follow-up about the logic gates. So what I've done is I've taken a screenshot and I have added some more notes and I've changed this resistor. Well, I'm going to make it so you can have this resistor change, because what this will do, it'll change the sensitivity, so you can have anything between 4.7k and 10k. So this will give a reference voltage of either 1.6 volts or 2.5. And since these go from 0 to 2.5, 10k is your limit, so to make these work. So you can make them more sensitive by dropping this reference voltage. But the reason I've done a screenshot is because my short-term memory is absolutely crap. So what I've done is I've done a screenshot, and then what I can do, we'll draw in the results. And what I was saying is I wanted the output never to have these on at the same time. So to do that, we've used this logic gate. So if we look at my notes here, I've got dark is high. So when it's dark, I don't want anything on, basically. So dark is high. So what we can do is we can just go up here and let's put a high in there. Also, there'll be a high in here as well. And there we go. I can't forget now because I've made it red, so it's high. So basically, it's there for me to remember. Right, okay, so I've put a note here. So if we've got our plus side here on our operation amplifiers, which I'm using them as a comparator, because it's what I had in the box, but it's in my box of bits. So we're stuck with this now because that's what I had, so that's what I've used. So it says here that I've written here that if the plus is higher than the negative, then it's going to be a low out of there. So that will be a low coming out. So what we can do is I can change the colour. Yes. So this is going to be a low. This is going to be a low. And it's going to be a low going all the way up there as well. Same with this one, that's going to be a low. Now with them two being lows in there, it's going to make this one a high, because if we look at our truth table here, so we've got two lows equals a high. So it's the only point where this is going to be a high is when these two are low, so we can put a high in there. So let's put the high in there. It goes to there and there. So that's our state now, up to that present there. So if we look at our truth table again, so we've got a low and a high on both these. So they're both a low and a high, so it doesn't matter which one it is, it's going to give a 0. So that is going to give both low on the output, and that's what I wanted. So when it's dark and these two are high, I don't actually energize the relays. They stay off. Then there's no power used really. Okay, so let's get rid of that, and while we're on, since I've come up with this way of showing it and being able to remember, let's do an example if one is high and one is low. Or I could actually let's do the both low, because we should end up with the same result on the outside. So let's do the low. So let's go with this being low to say that the sun is shining the same on both of them now, and so it's pointing in the right direction, and the sun is actually shining on both sensors and they're both reading the same, and it's giving it a low output. So if we've got a low output, and so what I've said here, if the positive is lower than the negative, we get a high coming out of here. So let's go with the high. There's the high out of that one. And there's the high out of that one. And what I've said here, look, if we've got two highs, we still get a zero. So if we've got a zero, no, we get a low, shall I say, then we're getting a low out of here. And this goes low here and here. And then we've got the same situation. So we've got a low and a high and a low. So a high and a low. If we've got a high and a low, we've got a low coming out. So then we end up with both off here. So it ends up with the same result. So if they're both low or they're both high, we end up with the same result. Let's clear all that again. Let's have a look and see what happens if one is high and one is low. So we go with our low on this one. And we'll go with our high on this one. So what we've got here on this one, we've got the low, so the plus side is low, so it's going to dish out a high. So we've got the low, plus is low, than the negative one. So we're ending up with a high here, so let's come out with a high. There's our high coming out of that one. But on this one we've got a high and it's greater than the negative, so we're coming out with a low. So the low goes out on this one. Like so. And then because we've got a high and a low, we've got a high and a low, which gives us a low again. Am I on low? Yeah. So we can see on this one here, we've got a high and a low. So we've got a high and a low, that gives us a low. But we can see on this one here, we've got two lows. Two lows gives us a high. And there we've got the high. So in that situation where one is low and one is high, we get an output of one is low and one is high. Let's do it the other way around. I'll tell you what. Right, remember left is high, left high, left high. Sorry about this. I just remember left high, left high, left, yeah, left high, left high, left high. Right, so left high. Right, there we go. I've got it now. Before I forgot. Right, so we've got that one is high and this one is low. So that goes to there. So same again, so the plus is higher, so plus is higher than negative, so that's a low out of the top one. And then on this one, when the plus is low, it's lower than the high, so we're going to end up with a high coming out of that one. And so because this one has got the low and high, so we've got low and high, it gives us a low out of that one. So we can see here we've got two lows. Two lows gives us a high. And this one's got a high and a low, so we've got a high and a low, which gives us a low. There we go, that's done all of them. Right, well I hope that made up for my memory loss on the previous video. I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope this made some sense. Thank you for watching.